Hello. Somebody has to get muted. Uh-oh. How about now? Nope.
You're only me.
Golly. Now we should be all right. Add to stream. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh. Hello. Don't know what happened there, but that was a fiasco. Welcome to Saturday Night Families and Fishkeeping.
Sorry, gross.
You are weird. Jenna P, hello. Welcome to the stream. Sorry for being late, but I worked until 4 o'clock and then I had to go to the grocery store and some other stuff. So, you know.
I didn't do anything.
Jenna P says spoiled is the puppy. She is. He actually brought her into work today for a little bit, and of course all of my regulars at the bar absolutely fell in love with her. They were taking turns passing her around and loving on her. She's definitely 100% spoiled. Dave Farrell, hello. Oh, that's right. You can't see the chat, can you? Would you like me to switch it? Is that better? Yeah, because now you're actually looking at me. So there you go. That's better. Okay. We don't need no stinking groceries. Nah, no. Who needs to eat? Nobody needs dinner.
Eating's overrated.
Yeah, it's not important. And with Easter being tomorrow, the grocery stores were good and busy, so that was fun. No.
I don't know. I didn't do anything.
Ha 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 ha. Dave Farrell, thank you. So I hit the 200, and then the last I looked, it was back down to 198. I don't know if it went back up to 200 or not.
It's YouTube.
Yeah, I was really excited because for like a whole 5 minutes, I had 200 subscribers, and I had been trying to reach that goal for quite some time. So hopefully they come back and stay. I mean, I don't know.
Maybe if you ask nicely.
Please come back. Yeah. Diego, hello. Good to see you. Rico Sand is now calling me poopy pants. We went from eyebrows to pants. My eyebrows are fine, by the way, today, Rico, in case you were wondering. I know.
She didn't poop on her eyebrows.
No, I didn't poop in my pants either. Goodness gracious. So yeah, there's some stuff going on, I guess. I got that Fluval Flex.
Oh, this is your show, man.
I got that Fluval Flex 9-gallon. That right now is currently cycling. Hopefully it'll be ready soon, and I'll move my mystery snails and my peppered Cory cats over there. That was fun to set up, but I did discover that the light, there's like some kind of a defect with the light, and it will not come on at all. I went onto the website that's in the little booklet that came in the tank, and when you go to like search for your product, my tank isn't on there. So I don't know who I need to get a hold of to have that taken care of, because it does have a 2-year warranty. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to try and reach out to Fluval and see what they can do.
One thing I know about Fluval is they're really good.
Yeah.
Making things right.
Paul McCarthy, hello. Jeremy says, we don't need no stinking defects.
Nah.
I was extremely disappointed because I got everything set up and I was doing my video on it, and I'm hitting this button, trying to get the light to come on. I'm checking the connections. I'm moving it to different places within the surge protector. Nothing at all. So I brought the remote upstairs, hit the power button facing the light for the other flue ball that I have up here with my axolotl in it. Light came right on.
It just being simple as a bad connection.
Well, you're my electrical guy, so
Yep. I haven't made it down there yet.
but worst case scenario, I will reach out to Fluval. I will let them know, hey, I bought this tank brand spanking new right out of the box. I even have the video. I have my YouTube video. They can go on there. They can look for a good 10 minutes. I'm pushing this button trying to get something to work with zero result. So hopefully Fluval makes it right.
You drug it on for 10 minutes pushing a button?
I did.
Nice.
I did.
She learned from me.
Yes, I did. And
I thought my video today was short.
yeah. Well, the whole video I think was like 18 minutes, but I mean, you can tell there's a good couple of minutes in the video where I've even got little captions. I was so confused right here. I don't know what was going on. Like I was completely and utterly frustrated because the remote works just fine on my other flue ball, and the remote for that one doesn't even power the one downstairs. So I don't know what's going on with it, but obviously it's a defect because it was a brand new tank. So
Did you see what the high guard did on that tank?
I
See
did.
where I stopped?
Yeah.
I left that on purpose. That and I just
Got
ran out
tired.
of time.
Got tired.
No.
Yeah.
That was literally half the time.
Oh, okay. So Eakins, hello. I just saw you come in. Paul McCarthy, I don't know if I said hi to you, but if I did already, then hi again. Annette, hello. Welcome.
I can't see anybody.
So I don't have the capability to use his StreamYard to set up a stream like I normally would do, like on the laptop or whatever. I just did it straight from my phone because I just got home. So he's a guest in my stupid little StreamYard where I can't have any fancy banners or anything fun. Because why are both of us going to pay for StreamYard Premium or whatever it is? That's stupid.
I wouldn't call it premium. I can only have 10 people on my window.
Well, even still, I don't see a point in both of us paying for the same thing when we can both utilize it. It's dumb.
That's what it is.
The Noxkey, hello. So I'm trying to think of what else I can talk about. I did add more long fin pepper cories to my tank. I started out with 2. I went over and bought 2 more.
What were you supposed to talk about last week, but you couldn't because you were working?
Angelfish
Well,
was
there you
supposed to
go.
be the subject last week.
There you go.
I did not do any research. I didn't pull up any fun facts. I know very little about angelfish.
Fun fact, silicone is fun to play with.
Yes. Very much so.
That's me how I know.
There might be a video on that too, right?
Oh, yeah. You get to see us leak oil.
Both of us, literally. Goodness.
Sliced my thumb up today just doing the high guard thing. Because apparently that metal blade in there is actually sharp.
Who'd have thunk it? How dare they put a sharp blade into something that's, supposed to clean?
Oh, but I tell you what, that kit, it works really well when you have tall, big tanks. Like I could get all the way to the substrate in the cube. I could get all the way around that 150, which is a huge nightmare around those rocks.
Yes.
So that little high guard kit, man, I'm liking it.
Okay.
And it kind of sucks because I just now found it. And I thought, maybe I'll do a video on it. It'd be like an unboxing thing or a review.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was going great.
And then you cut yourself?
And then I cut myself.
Is that on the video?
No.
Oh.
I didn't know I did it.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
I knew after when I went and washed my hands, And I'm like, what the hell? I look down and there's just, I mean, you can see it. It just shaved it a little bit, but
Yeah. Just pulled back a little skin. It's fine. We don't need no stinking
I wasn't
skin.
leaking oil like I was for this thing.
That one was pretty bad.
It was like a tanker with a bullet hole in it.
Yeah. Speaking of spoiled, she's in her bed. She's currently sleeping because she'd rather be awake at 3 o'clock in the morning chewing on our ears and noses.
Breathing in my face.
That.
And she has dragon breath.
It's pretty bad. Her puppy breath is.
But I got these treats that are supposed to help with that, and the treat smells way worse than her dragon breath did. Now, I don't know how this works, but it somehow counteracted that and kind of leveled the playing field out. So now she can breathe in my face and it's not as bad. And then we're going to see what she does with it. I mean,
I do eat dog treats, but I don't know if I want like a doggy dental stick.
they have this stuff you could put in their water. And I'm like, man, I'm not putting nothing in my dog's water.
Only the best for her. It's got to be spring water, right from the mountain.
Well,
I'm so kidding.
that mountain's about 14 feet away and it's called city water.
Tap water.
There's about as springy as you're going to get.
Well, she did get fancy water from our little machine at work today, but that isn't even fancy. It's just, it's still connected to the water lines.
Still city water.
And I don't know if we're on city or well out there.
That's city. Well,
because we're right outside of the city limits, so I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Anyway.
Don't know.
Yeah. Angelfish. What do we know about angelfish that we can even
What do you
talk
want to know?
about? I mean, I know that they lay eggs and then immediately go and eat them if you don't get them away from
A
them.
lot of cichlids do that.
I know they can be fairly mean to each other if they want to be. Again.
Well, they can be giant birds.
Mm-hmm.
But they can also be a really good community fish.
Yes.
And I recommend it. Just quarantine them before you put them in your 200-gallon tank.
Yeah. There is that.
Don't be that guy. Then you got to spend 3 weeks getting ick out of your tank.
Which, I mean, we're pretty close to that being gone now.
Oh, it's out. It's gone.
It's gone?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
All the discus are in there. They were in the video. They really got a rare sight because I had 8 of the 10
in a group
in the video.
Nice.
Not including the 2 elders, which they're only elder by like a few weeks. But,
right. I was gonna say they're not old.
There was 8 of them up at least in the 8 or 9. They weren't all 10 there, but the rest there's a couple of them are still timid yet.
Yeah.
But they're learning the tank, and it didn't help that I was messing with the tank. But no, I'm looking right now and I can see 4 of them.
I was gonna say I can see
5.
They're kind of like
They're just 6.
that way, but
Yeah, they sprout out of the woodwork.
yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. They do like that piece of wood that's in there. I have noticed that in the plants.
Yep. But definitely angelfish are a great community fish. I had a couple, but I don't know how old they were when I got them. I don't know what kind of conditions they were in then. And now I only have 1. And unfortunately, it's not two-faced.
No.
Not trying to make that sound weird, like I wanted the other one to die. I really didn't want either one of them to die.
Right.
But Two-Face was just awesome. Not that Ghost isn't, but Ghost is still alive, doing fine. Two-Face just, I don't know, something, he just went. So, of course, anytime a fish dies, you test the water. Oh God, what'd we do wrong? Oh God.
Right.
Yeah, the water was fine. Nobody else is having any issues. It was just those 2 in the tank, and there you go. So, like I said, those two angels were given to us, and we don't know their prior situation.
Right.
So it was kind of a maybe that was it. I don't know. I find it hard to believe, but I don't know.
If I remember correctly, those were the angels that came from the girl that had a bunch of fish and a 10-gallon.
Yeah. So they were crowded.
Mind you, these angels are, good size. So two of those and a bunch of other fish as well.
Ghost, if you laid a saucer out and laid Ghost in the saucer from top to bottom, he would fill that saucer.
Yeah. So.
And Two-Face was just thick.
Yeah.
So
the tank was definitely overcrowded, and that could have caused issues.
I would not say a 10-gallon is a good idea for angelfish.
No, not at all.
Breeding them and you're using that for frying related purposes, well, that's one thing. But yeah, unless you've got a 55 or bigger, I don't do it.
I mean, unless you're gonna only have one and then put it in with other smaller fish.
Well,
then smaller.
The thing with angels is they do great in schools.
Yes.
You get one in there, and I mean, we got one right now, and he's okay. But if there was a school of them in a tank that could fit them all,
he'd be probably a lot happier.
He'd be a lot happier. And I mean, I could put a couple more in there, but I don't know how old that fish is. And you got all those.
Yep.
The younglings might drive him nuts. I don't.
Younglings. What are you, Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Yes.
Okay.
At least I didn't kill younglings.
That's true. That's true.
Just saying.
But Anakin did that. So.
Well, you do anything for a buck.
Anyway. And like Mark Sturlson said, angels are cichlids and they will show cichlid behavior. Yes, absolutely.
And you know what else is a cichlid? Discus.
Yes.
And guess what they do? Same
show
thing.
Cichlid behavior. Absolutely. You'll just randomly walk by and you'll see them kind of picking at each other.
Nova comes out and picks on everybody.
Yep. For sure.
Mando comes out for a quick second, and Boba's right there picking on him.
Yep.
Doesn't nibble at him, but he knows he's there.
Yeah. Makes it known.
But yeah, they are cichlids, so they're going to be brutal sometimes.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing to keep in mind. I mean, if that's the only fish you're going to keep in that tank, you're fine. Community-wise, though, I've got that one in there with swordfin mollies, neon, black neons. There's some guppies in there, a ton of cories.
A goldfish.
Yeah, and goldfish. That's my misfit tank, because pretty much everybody that's in there's got something wrong with them.
I was just going to say that's not necessarily where the fish go to dive. That's kind of like our special needs tank.
Yeah, but they all survive and they're happy in there.
Right. Which is why I wanted to say they're like our special needs fish are the fish that go into that tank, because there's something a little wrong with them, but they're still healthy and happy and they still swim around like crazy. So it's like.
Well, the two goldfish are in there. One of them was a feeder. Well, they both were. I take that back. They both were. One lost an eye. The other one, I pulled him out. That was back when I was doing Hunger Games.
Yeah.
He was the first survivor. I still have the first survivor of Hunger Games. Yeah, I know. I'm a jerk. That's why I quit doing it. The second one lost an eye, and I think it was bacterial issues, but his whole eye's gone.
Literally.
But he doesn't care. He's doing great. He or she's doing great. And then James is also in there, and he has that weird deformed face, but he's trucking. He doesn't look like he's in any kind of pain.
No.
Ghost, the angelfish that's in there, has this weird growth that keeps coming back on his face, He'll go away and come back, go away and come back. He's doing just fine. The only ones I think in there, the sword fins, one of their tails got bit off and it grew back, but it's like a Nike symbol. So I'm like, all right, yeah, that's perfect. So he's in there. And then my black neons, there's nothing wrong with them. They're just in there. And then my Corys.
Yep.
And the two albino
Plecos,
what were
yes.
those? Those are like Chinese plecos. Though.
Yeah, they're albino.
Yeah.
Chinese albino plecos.
And then the clay pleco that I had in the 55 that I'm using for kind of a grow out tank right now.
Oh God, you didn't put anything in that, did you?
No, I'm talking the one in the bathroom.
Oh.
Because that's technically a grow out tank too. Pretty much 55 gallons are just grow outs for me.
Yeah.
And those guys, I'll be netting them up soon to take them to Broadway.
Yeah.
So White made my mind up if I'm going to take them all over or what.
Lefty, hello.
We'll see how that goes.
He said, I don't think people can kill black neons. Probably not.
Nope.
I mean, in all honesty, all of the small fish that I have, like all of my guppies, they don't die.
We did move Kyle, the catfish.
We did.
Because I'm missing a frontosa.
He ate your frontosa.
I'm missing a frontosa and I don't like it.
Vex, hello.
So Kyle, the catfish is in the pool now.
Yep.
Everybody seems to be okay in there. The rest of the frontosa came out. They're all coloring back up. They're not angry. Like you can tell that one right there is a prick.
Yep.
And you can see his white stripes. Usually he was very dark blue. Yeah, everybody appears to be pretty happy in that tank. So.
Well, how many frontosa did you have? Because there's one.
I had 4.
There's 1, 2, 3.
I had 4 in there. I did see a Raphael cat that I haven't seen in 4 months.
Yeah.
That's the other problem when you get hiding fish.
Shane, hello, welcome.
Oh, it was a green terror I'm missing, not a frontosa.
I was going to say, I thought
terror.
we had determined that it was all of the frontosa that were fine.
Yeah, frontosa made it. It's a green terror that did. I think. I haven't seen him yet. But yeah, so soon the Black Widow should be able to go in there, and that's going to be cool. Then there'll be another grow out tank for quarantine.
I hate to use all that space just for quarantine, though.
Well, we're to the point now where we have to.
No, I know.
And I'm not putting any more fish in any of my tanks unless I'm quarantined. I'm just not doing it. That one almost cost me a lot.
You know, and I thought about that when I went and got my peppered Corys. I was like, I probably should quarantine them because they went in with my mystery snails. But then I was like, they're all literally from the same place with the same water. And they're going into a tank that has nothing else in it. Everybody's okay, though.
Well, I mean, like I said,
I got them all at the same time.
I got complacent and started breaking my own rule.
Right.
And it damn near cost me a lot of money.
No, I know.
So,
but
from now on, they're getting locked down.
I guess my logic was they all came from the same place and they were going into a tank that didn't already have fish in it. It was an established tank that didn't have anything in it. They came from the exact same place with the exact same water. Everybody is okay, so.
I mean, that whole ick thing in that tank started as we had already put the order through for the 10 more discus.
Yes.
And then that problem arose. And I'm sitting here going,
Right.
And I'm like, well, they're not going in there until I'm certain it's okay. And that tank took longer than I thought it should. but it's fine now.
Yeah.
But they just went in today. So
Yeah.
3 weeks later, but in the meantime, they were downstairs. They were doing just fine. So because they were in a tank by themselves, being quarantined as well.
Right.
Not that they needed to be, but I'm not making that mistake again.
I know. I know.
I don't want to lose them, and I don't want to lose the ones I've already got, and
I know.
I don't want to lose anybody out of that tank. And I lost out of what happened in there. I lost 2 clown loaches and 2 angelfish. So, I mean, it sucks, but it could have been way worse.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
You know, there's two more discus in there that aren't. I'd have a hard time finding 2 more just like them.
Yeah.
Even though they're a common breed,
Right.
finding them with the same personality is not going to be easy.
We got Brooklyn Bell in the house. She says, lurking while I squirt around with my aquascapes some more. My hands are wet, so I can't chat. Well, hello, Brooklyn Bell. Thank you for lurking while working. Because technically, aquascaping can be a job.
Mhm.
Geek Boy. What's up, Geek Boy?
Keep yawning. Why?
I don't know either.
I didn't do anything.
Exactly. It's okay.
They go silver. We'll let catfish out there and they start eating.
Dave Farrell said, sorry, trying to find a new TV shopping while watching. Well, happy shopping.
You should just let them play us on the TV and let me know when it's happening.
A stream within a stream?
Be like, have me on speakerphone. Bad idea.
Yeah, we don't do that. Geek Boy says, lurking while leaving my aquascapes the heck alone. Smart. Smart. I didn't escape my new tank, but I did put all of my plants that Stephen P gave me in it. So I should have saved the bags that said what they were, but it was a whole bunch of really big words that I wasn't going to try to pronounce, but they're pretty plants. They're pretty plants. Actually, I think the bag that they put them in is still downstairs in the basement, I think. I don't know. Also, thank you, Jenna P, for being the one that actually wrote the names of those plants on the bag. And I know it was you because it was very, very pretty handwriting. Even though I couldn't pronounce either one of those to save my life.
The peas are awesome.
The peas are fantastic. I was sitting here just minding my own business, hanging out with the puppy, and our doorbell went off. And I'm like, what in the world? I go outside and I see a package, and I'm like, now I know I didn't order anything. Like, I'm not expecting a package today. And of course, return address is the peas. And I'm like, okay, what is it now? Super pretty plants. Stephen P said, well, obviously I wasn't going to write it, which I'm thankful for because I'm pretty sure I would have not had any clue. Like, I probably would have thought it was a prescription and would have probably tried to go to, a pharmacy. What is this? They are really pretty plants, though. I need to actually go down and take pictures of them now that they're in a prettier tank.
Should have done that in your video, or you trying to figure out how to turn your light on.
So I didn't think about the fact that I should have maybe gotten closer to the tank. Whatever. I don't do videos like that very often. But I mostly do the live streaming stuff. So whatever. Bigfoot fish tanks, hello and welcome. Geek Boy said at least it didn't have a big glitter bomb. So it didn't have a big glitter bomb. It did not have a big glitter bomb, but she wrote in this really pretty green glittery ink.
I can think of, actually, I have an address. We could all send glitter bomb packages. It would be fantastic. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. I might. Depends on if it pisses me off some more.
Steven said,
Right.
no, if Jenna didn't write the names on the bags would be blank, and I'd wish everyone luck in identifying them. And see, I wouldn't even try. I would just send you a message and be like, thank you so much for the whatever they are.
That's when I go back to pretty planet.
Yeah. I would literally just say, thank you so much for whatever those plants are that you sent me, because I'm not going to try. Or I would text Kelly Foreman and be like,
What are they?
do you know what these are? Because I don't.
No, I'm actually kind of shocked that that one and the other one are doing okay, and those are, I think, Java ferns.
I think so. Yeah.
That one Amazon's doing, or Anubias. That's some sort of tall Anubias. That one's doing okay. The other one is pretty much dead and gone. And then right behind me, they're wilted away to nothing. They're going to.
So what you're saying is I need to reach out to Miss Kelly and see if we can get put on a wait list.
I'm not trying to get real crazy with this tank because I don't know what he's going to do.
That's a good point too. Which kind of, I'm a little bit worried about what my snails are going to do with those plants once I get them over there. Like, I know the Corys are just going to want to hide in them.
Did you see what the snails and shrimp did to my plants in the mayhem tank?
Yeah, huh?
What plants?
Well, but you have ram's horns and
those are pond snails down there.
okay, well, honestly I'm still learning about mystery snails, so I don't know how.
Pond snails really like nice plants.
I don't know how mean these guys are going to be to these plants. Hopefully not.
Apparently the shrimp do too.
Shrimp will tear up your plants. For sure.
So,
yeah.
Guess that was a bad tank to put shrimp in.
They will definitely munch on your plants. And I can't put any plants with the axolotls unless it's a nudius, because they just trample anything that's in the tank because they're blind. They just kind of.
What you're saying is I need to let the guppies eat the shrimp.
I'm surprised your guppies haven't eaten your shrimp.
It's a big tank.
My guppies ate all of my shrimp.
They're in a tank now.
Well, they were. Now all of the shrimp that I have are in my 3-gallon with no guppies. It's
That's
just
75
shrimp. I know. Now I have my shrimp in a 3-gallon with literally nothing but a couple of snails.
Every time I walk down there and I see one of the red killies laying eggs, like every time there's like one day I call her Tanker because she's just like every time I walk in there's Tanker and she's just doing something and you can just see these little eggs coming off. I'm guessing they're eggs. It could be aliens. I don't know, but looks like eggs. And I'm like, oh. More plants.
Steven said Neocardina shrimp will tear up moss and decaying plant matter.
Well, and then that could be the thing too, is maybe the plants were decaying and you just didn't know it.
Zen Ginger, hello. Yeah, so what I'm guessing is they're probably eating the ones where like the leaves are
I do
melting.
Notice, and there's pond snails in the cube and they do the same thing, which that's great. That just keeps me from having to go in there and deal with them.
So it's probably a matter of they're just eating what's melting off.
Yeah, it might. That's why I'm not freaking out about it. It just kind of sucks. I walk down there one day and there's a bunch of plants. Walk down there the next day and there's not as much plants.
See, and if we talk too much about how these plants are doing this, that, or the other, we're gonna get talked into trying CO2, and that terrifies the hell out of me.
Why is that terrifying?
Because I'm afraid I would do the wrong thing and something would go boom.
How would that happen?
Dee, hello? I don't know. Just the thought of CO2 just really scares me, because when Stephen and Kelly do their Wet Your Plants series.
Not nitrous.
I know, but when Kelly and Stephen do their Wet Your Plants series, they talk about like how you have to have regulators and all this other stuff, and that's just.
Well, that doesn't mean it's explosive.
I don't know. It just scares me. And then you have to be careful about how much CO2 you're putting into the tank if you have fish.
You have to regulate it.
But you still have to watch.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do anyway.
Scary. Stephen P. Y'all have Kelly motherfucking foreman 5 minutes away from you to help you dial in that CO2. That's true.
This is very true.
That is very true.
And she knows a thing or two.
Well,
About
and
a thing
then-
or two when it comes to plants.
I guess my other big issue is we have so many tanks that are planted.
We have
That could
one,
get
two,
really expensive.
three.
I have my one downstairs. I have that one and my betta tank in the kitchen.
I wouldn't call that planted.
It could grow
Stuff plants in sand.
and it grow those tanks.
You want to talk about dirted tanks? 1, 2, 3.
Well, yeah.
That just had plants in it.
Okay, and those plants are growing like wildfire.
Yeah, they will. This one did over in the 35, and that was in just plant. That Christmas moss is on fire in there.
Yeah, and that's not even dirted. That's just sand.
That's just well, that's driftwood.
Right.
Christmas moss ain't anywhere near sand.
Right. See, Zen Ginger, I'm still afraid to gas out my fish. That's my biggest issue. Like,
That's
what?
why you have regulators.
Yeah, but what happens if that regulator fails?
That's why you get a good regulator, not a wish regulator.
Beck said, I wish I had Kelly 5 minutes away from me. You know, it's funny, even as close as Kelly lives, we've literally only met her one time and spent a whole 10 minutes kind of hanging out and talking to her. And then they had a whole bunch of stuff they had to do and they left. It's kind of crazy that even living that close together, we haven't really hung out with her or anything.
They're not busy.
I never said that. I just said it's weird that as close as she lives to us, we don't hang out more.
So everybody tells me, oh, you should come over and hang out. Well, yeah, I got something I got to do. What do you got to do? You're going to say fish tank, aren't you? Yeah. Because that's what I do. You know what? It keeps me from doing stupid stuff. So I was going to say a bad word.
Yeah, you were.
I'm doing
Still
good.
water, welcome. Hello, says maybe a CASA timer on the solenoid will ensure it's off. Maybe. And then Beck said if you're worried about gas off, get a dual stage regulator. That's actually not a bad idea. Geek Boy says I've had a relatively cheap regulator that has been working for over 15 years. So I guess
You are looking at it as what if I get the one that fails? That's the way you are looking.
I mean, because that
What
would
if I
be
get the
my
one
luck.
that fails?
That would be my luck.
Okay, it would be our luck. But the odds of that happening, you should go buy a Powerball ticket that day, and you will probably hit that before you get the bad regulator. Just saying.
I don't know.
Unless you bought it from Wish.
Right. Right. So, I mean, I guess
Just
if
saying.
you wanted to get into CO2, we could reach out to Kelly because there's actually a welding shop on her street. She said that's literally a block from her.
Yeah, well, I got NOAC right on Superior, too.
Right.
They got CO2 there.
And I mean, we have
Ask me
air
how I
gas.
know.
We have air gas here that we could get supplies from. It's a thought. It's an idea. But then we would have the whole issue like Kelly has where you're literally trimming the plants every month.
It's not that big of a deal.
Do you really want to put CO2 on that 200
I'm not
gallon
trimming
cube?
nothing in there.
Exactly. You wouldn't want to put CO2 in that because you would have to deep sea dive just to try to trim anything out of it.
I'm going to let that grow and die as it grows and dies.
So a lot of people are saying timers, bubble counters, a dual stage regulator, bubble counter, diffuser, drop checker. See, and I think that's the intimidating thing is like all these different components that go into it is intimidating.
It's kind of like getting a sump filter for the first time. You got to figure
It is
out how
intimidating.
everything works.
Yeah.
Once you figure out how everything works, you're like, oh shit, this is easy.
It's intimidating. I think that's the biggest problem. Just the intimidation. Could we do it? I'm sure we
I'm
could.
used to using torches. You keep it right. You keep both gases regulated at a certain percentage, and
Yeah.
I
And
can melt the face off of
right.
the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah. And I think between like Stephen P and especially Kelly being close and you got Geek Boy and Bex, I think we have enough people that would be there to help us that we could do it. It's just kind of intimidating to think of it.
I don't think it's that bad. You just got to get the setup right.
Right.
Once the setup's right, it'll take off and go. I'm not opposed to that.
Yeah, Stephen P just said, "Get with me. I'll tell you what to get and how to do it." And yeah, Stephen, we can reach out to you, Kelly, as well. Hey, help me out here. And I know she would, so we may look into it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It could be a thing.
I wouldn't mind. I mean, I don't know. I would like the plant life to grow a little taller in that tank. That's why I went after tall plants for that tank.
Yeah.
But I don't want them getting 9 feet in the air, and then I gotta. Not only do I have to watch everything else in there, I have to babysit those. But
Right.
if it happens, it happens. But this tank, I don't want to go too crazy with because I don't know how he's going to deal with it. He might come over here and root through the substrate and totally screw everything up.
Yeah.
We don't know. I doubt it, but he might.
All he cares about is his little krill, which he is currently attacking.
Yep, I got some freeze dried krill today, and he's just been going to town on that.
So Beck said it is. She said, "Oh, it's intimidating as hell when you first set it up and turn it on, but once you do, it's like, what was all the hubbub about?"
Yeah.
That's kind of how we felt when we got these discus, because we were hearing from so many people, "Oh, they're so hard to keep alive. They're this and that, and blah blah blah." And we got them, and we're like, "Really?"
They're timid. And now all fish are timid, okay? And discus are timid. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they're not. But when I go to feed them and I have a tiny little hole to put the food through, and I'm up there, my face is damn near against the tank, and I'm up there trying to find everything. I find it, and next thing I know, I have 4 discus in my face.
Yeah.
Staring at me like trying to eat my face. And I'm sitting here going, yeah, you guys are real timid. They're just like my Oscars.
Right.
Or any other fish I have. When they see me coming and they know what I'm doing, they're right there.
Yep. Brooklyn Bell is encouraging us. She said, "Definitely Kelly can help y'all set up CO2 and you will be stress free because she knows her stuff." And believe me, I know we have tons of plants that we have gotten from Kelly, and they have actually done way better than most of the stuff we buy from our LFS.
That could have been why some of those melted off, because I don't know if coming from CO2 to not would cause any difference, or is just the plant or the animal life in there causing it. Maybe. Which is a very good possibility.
Parental Half Moon, hello. Yeah, Bex, and I agree. She said, like anything else new to us, the unknown is always scary, but once you learn it, it's old hat, easy peasy. My biggest thing is I'm not a fan of change. And I'm definitely not necessarily a fan of something that has that many different components to it. That intimidates the crap out of me, just because I'm kind of OCD and very particular about how things are.
Just wait until we fire the saltwater tank up.
Yeah, the whole starting a saltwater tank.
She thinks that's bad. Wait until we fire the saltwater tank up.
This whole starting another saltwater tank scares the absolute crap out of me.
It's a big tank. It'll be fun.
It's scary.
It's bigger than the 29 gallon we tried to do. And that really wasn't that horrible. It just.
Speaking of the devil herself, Kelly Foreman, hello. She said, can't stay because I'm cooking an Easter feast. I need to meet the new puppy. Well, you send me a text and let me know when you're free. And I will make sure that when you get to meet her, she is wearing her tutu.
No. No, she'll be wearing her security shirt.
No, she'll be in her tutu. I already sent Kelly a picture of her in her tutu, and she fell in love. So
it is ridiculous.
This is my little baby girl's tutu dress. I mean, just how it's got the little heart. That is Sophie's tutu. She's not so sure what to do when she's got it on because it drags over her little curly tail a little bit. So she just kind of like backs up in circles.
It's a dress. She shouldn't have them.
It's a tutu.
I'm okay with the shirt that says security.
Crown's Hill Half Moon said, so Josh, sir, will you be matching in tutus? Yes. Yes. That would be great. If I could get him like an all black one that had like skulls and a whole bunch of like metal stuff, he'd give him a couple beers, he'd put it on. He would.
Yeah.
Stephen P said, I like change if it's my choice. I don't like changing things if I don't have to. Not a fan of change. Just saying. We're still on the tutu thing. We're still. Oh gosh. Yeah. Sophie actually has a lot of different t-shirts and stuff right now, but she is going to have like costumes for Halloween time. She's going to have boots for in the winter to keep her little paws warm. She'll have a winter coat. Ricky de Hoyos, hello. You can shake your head all you want. She's my doggy. They're still having a conversation about regulators and all kinds of stuff for CO2. Kelly did say that she would help us get set up. She said she actually made Jake set hers up.
I'm not wearing a tutu.
M&C Aquatics, hello. We'll see. Put you in a tutu for a couple of minutes, do a quick little photo shoot.
I'll wear a kilt. I'm not wearing a tutu.
Okay, we'll just call that tutu.
No, it's a kilt.
Okay.
I'll go Scottish for 10 minutes.
Sure.
I
don't know what that was, but never do that again.
All right.
Anyways, so I think I'm gonna go for probably like 6 more minutes and then call it. Just because I still have to make dinner and this wasn't 100% planned. So, they are still talking about regulators and all kinds of stuff. See, Shane said I wore a tutu for Halloween as Ace Ventura. We could, yes. We could do it. You could be Ace Ventura and she could be Einhorn. Einhorn, whatever. Close enough. It would be great. It would be great. Brookley Bell says, congrats on y'all's discus. I adore them. They are my dream fish.
I will do a video
Yes.
on them. I have footage. I just decided to do this other one instead. But I have footage of them when we first got them.
Yep.
And I don't have video of moving them, but I'll get some good shots of them and I'll put a video out of them. And I will also, in the description, I will try to list out all the kinds because I still have bags with all the names. However, don't expect the one you see on camera to be the correct name.
Right. Yeah. And
because I didn't put them in that tank.
the whole thing.
Junior Metalhead just got them in there right as I was getting home.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, well, no, I take that back. I am the one that put them in the tank. I did not know they were named or,
They were labeled. Right.
And it was after that where I went, oh, oops.
Yeah.
So some of them are obvious, like the red pigeons, and the one I'm questioning is which one is the Marlboro, because there's a leather snake head in there, or snake skin, and a Marlboro, and I'm trying to figure out which one those two are. But
was asking when Berkeley's birthday was and asked if it was December. She said yes, December 18th, but I never get anything for my birthday, which is fine. Joshua, which is her husband, is December 13th, and then Elizabeth, I'm guessing is one of their kids, is the 16th. So Mini Metalhead's birthday is December 13th. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's always really cool when you find somebody that's like your birthday buddy. That's really cool.
Springhead was
December 28th.
December 28th, yep.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, as far as the discus, when we initially got that cube, discus was like the plan from the very beginning. And then people had recommended Discus Hans, and we looked at the special that he runs for discus. And so we had planned for months. We were going to get our discus from him, and we finally got to the point where financially we were able, and we were just like, you know what, we're going to send it. We ordered them. I highly recommend ordering from Discus Hans. The day that they showed up, about 10 minutes after they were dropped at my door, he called me to ask me if they had arrived because he had specified the order was supposed to be to my house by noon. And so he called at about 12:10 and asked if we had gotten the fish yet. I was at work, but I was like, yeah, they literally just showed up. Everybody looks good. They're being acclimated right now. And I mean, not too many places that you order online from like that will call you. They'll email you, hey, did everything turn out okay? But he literally called me. And I thought that was the coolest thing in the world.
They didn't have to do that.
No. I mean, he could have just sent an email and said, hey, we hope everything arrived okay. If you have any questions, please feel free to email us back. It was a personal phone call. And I thought that was really cool.
And we're like, yeah, they're all quarantined right now because we didn't tell them that we screwed up.
I don't think we knew I don't think we knew
well,
really.
We knew when they got here because it was like they are not one in the queue. And we put them down in that 55. And
yeah.
kept them there for a little while. But once that problem relieved itself, it was gone a couple days ago. I just wanted to give it a couple more days just to make sure. But yeah, I pulled the heaters out this morning. I said, that's it.
Yeah.
They're going in. I'm not waiting any longer. And everybody's doing just fine. They're all being pricks to each other. Yeah. And I am super happy with the direction of that tank.
Yeah.
We built that tank for one sole purpose, and it's doing it.
Yeah.
So kind of like this tank. I'm building this tank for Fahaka, and I got the Fahaka. I just got to get the Fahakan tank right.
There's that.
Which I did a water change on it, and nitrites immediately shot straight to hell afterwards. So I'm thinking, all right, this is not going to work. I'm trying to do this off a sponge filter, though. So this is
maybe we need more bacteria.
Just not.
You might need to turn them up a little bit too.
To balance everything out, I've got them where I need them. It just, I don't know. If I did, it's been in the back of my head. Maybe I need to throw something on there, a little bit of added filtration, which won't hurt. But I was trying to do it off of just sponge filters.
Yeah.
So
Which I still think we could. I just think it's going to take longer than we would like.
probably not going to be just sponge filters. I think I'm still going to have to do something on it, which is fine. I still got time with him, but I'd really like to get that tank out of the way, because the sooner I get that tank out of the way, the sooner the 90-gallon goes up and the sooner the saltwater happens.
Yeah.
Because I've been eyeballing lionfish all day today.
I bet
And I saw some. If I had a saltwater tank,
you would have bought them.
I'd have got them.
Did you see those at Uncle Bill's?
Broadway's
Oh.
got two, and Uncle Bill's had one big one.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful fish.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm kind of wanting to get the saltwater tank up and going. So I'm kind of wanting this one behind me to hurry the hell up.
Kelly said, "Does the 90 hold water?" So we're not 100% sure on that.
Don't know. I'm probably gonna do that tomorrow. Is take it outside and see.
We finally got we got the rims all replaced on it, and it's been setting so just so that we know that those are good and secure and nothing's gonna happen there. So yeah, next is water test, and we'll probably do that tomorrow. But I will text you and let you know, Kelly. More than likely, it's gonna be fine. I mean, we didn't notice anything.
I don't have the slightest inclination in my head. Nothing from what I saw while the rims were off would lead me to believe that this tank won't hold water. Nothing. Not even that big chip.
Geek Boy just said, "You're worried about CO2 and you're going to do salt."
Mm-hmm.
I'm worried about the salt too.
I've done salt.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
I'm worried about the salt.
If you're worried about a CO2 setup, you wait to see the setup I got in mind for this.
I know, but I'm worried about the salt
It's
too.
going to confuse the ever-loving crap out of you.
Yes, it will.
But it's
yeah.
As long as it works out the way I want it to, it's all going to work out great.
I will definitely let you know, Kelly, once we get the test and we're sure that everything's going to be okay. I'll let you know. But we're pretty confident that it is going to hold water, just because
I think it would have held water without a rim on it.
Probably. Yeah.
Just the seals are not bad at all.
No.
There's no hairline cracks. The only imperfection it had was the one chip. And it was an angled chip. It wasn't straight through, so I don't see it not holding water.
Right.
But it could be wrong.
We'll see.
I just don't see it.
Until then, it is getting to be that time to call it
what?
done.
Oh.
Over.
Oh.
Get out of here. Over. I do appreciate all of you for coming in and watching. I apologize that we kind of strayed away from angelfish. I don't have a plan for what kind of fish we're going to highlight and talk about next week. I can't even guarantee that I'm going to pick a fish to highlight next week. It might just be a whole lot of chit chat like this. We'll see. But in the meantime, all of you, I hope, have a great Easter tomorrow. Stuff your faces full of ham and whatever else you have and some beer. Be responsible, have fun. And we'll see them Monday, won't we? We'll see them Monday.
Maybe. Might see me later tonight.
Oh, well, there you go. You heard it here first.
Since I didn't do it last night, I kind of fell asleep.
If you don't see us later tonight,
it's because I fell asleep again.
There you go. But you'll at least hopefully see us Monday. So Happy Easter, you guys. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we will see you all again soon.
Y'all